Hello everyone, Ceri the Crafter here, that's C-E-R-I the Crafter, and I'm here with another postcard make. Okay, you don't know what I'm talking about? Click the more button in the description box, scroll down about 2/3, you'll see a launch video. It will tell you all about the challenge. However, if you go into any of your social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, I think TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, put this into the search bar and enter, and you will see a whole load of arty postcards come up. It's 31 postcards in 31 days of July. So let's get on with this now. I just had a delivery of stuff which I'm really excited about. A delivery came through from PM Artist Studio, and it's one of the things I've been waiting for. So I've had these two little fish foam stamps. Hopefully you can see them. Not sure how much it picks up on the camera. There's 3 in the set. How do I word this? Okay, so if you've got this fish, and then one a bit bigger, that's those 3. Then if you flip them to the side, you have them in the opposite direction. I only ordered the small and the medium, and I think the next time I put an order in, I may order the rest because I think these are so cute. And I believe they're designed by Miriam at Art Curious. I love them. I've been waiting for these because these are what I was planning to use on this postcard. So that's what we're doing today. However, in that package, besides all of the other things, foam stamp designs of mine came through, which is this is Green Maiden Fern, and this is foam stamp, and I'm going to be using this in the same postcard. And then, because I'm me, I couldn't just order that, could I? I also bought out a stencil of the same design. Comes in 2 sizes, I believe. I did order a few more. You've seen me use Darcy's Magnolia Shadows, and I absolutely love this one. So yes, I ordered this one. Darcy's Messy Borders, if you haven't seen this one, I love this one. I'm going to be using this one a lot in my art journal. Vintage Floor Tile Style 1 by Eddie Makes Art, or Eddie Riaz, ordered that one. And Orbital Bliss, because you know I like a circle. So anyway, so that was my little show and tell. I will probably be using this in one of my future videos very shortly. I just wanted to share that I bought them out. So excited about that. It's always a pleasure when a parcel arrives from PM Artist Studio. And if you're wondering how to get hold of any of those, if you go into PM Artist Studio on any of your search engines on the internet, go into their website. There's a big stable of designers who are all very talented. You can search by item, by designer. You'll find it all in there. They're based in America, in Texas. They ship from America in Texas, but they do ship internationally. And they've got a loyalty system as well. So once you've created an account, you have to create an account just to be able to purchase something. Every time you purchase something, I think it's over $35, you actually get points, and then you save up your points and use them. Anyway, enough of the commercial here. That's what I'm here for today. So first of all, I want to make my fish. So I'm going to have a bit of something that's not going to get dirty. I went through my scraps of tissue and I pulled out all these little bits and pieces that were sat in the bottom of the box. Some are gift wrap tissue, some are wet strength tissue, and I'm going to stamp a whole pile of fish. And then once they're dry, yeah, I can get on there. And once they're dry, I'm going to fussy cut them out. Now, I'm going to do 1 or 2 with you here. I'm not going to fussy cut on screen, but I am going to stamp a few of them out so you can see what I will be looking for to stamp areas of tissue. Then I'll cut as much as I need for my postcard, but then the rest I'll actually just fussy cut later on. Now, I've got a little tiny thin gel plate here that I'm going to use as my paint palette for stamping. I bought this years ago on eBay. I have no idea what brand it is or if it even is a brand because I got it secondhand in an auction, and I sometimes use it as my little palette. I also have Mars Black paint. I only need a little bit to do this process because black dries out quite quickly here. So we're going to start with some of these, I think. So I'm just going to use a 4-inch speedball brayer. Just brayer this out. And then all I do is I just tap, 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 get it in there. Now, if you've got too much paint and you see it's building up thickly, you can always come across with your brayer just to smooth it out. And then just going to work around, gentle pressure in the center, gentle pressure on the edges. Yay, look at that. Isn't that fabulous? I'm going to turn it around so I can cut out, maximize what I can get out of this. So this is going to be my process for both the big fish, or I need a little fish in this color, just because that's mummy, and this could be baby. Well, it is baby, because it doesn't come any smaller than this. If it doesn't stamp properly, I am not worried, because I can still cut around it. So can I get another one down there? Maybe I can. So this, once these are all fussy cut, they'll obviously go into my stash of fish ephemera. So things like this, you wouldn't think that's enough of a scrap, but I think it is. See, once he's cut out, or she's cut out, I've got a blue fish. Let's see. Let me get one out of here. So this one has got texture in it now. Visible markings. The markings are on this side, not so much that side. So I'm going to put this on. Oh, I'm going to have to do it this way, aren't I? Because that pattern will show through, and my fish will now have texture. And I get the little one underneath there. Possibly. I think my paint is beginning to dry out a bit. So there you go. Let's rebrayer that. So that's all my fish stamped out. They're up here drying at the top of my desk. As you can see, I've got a bit of fussy cutting to do, but that's fine. This is video, it's not live, so it does mean that I can fussy cut and pause you at the same time, because I'm not going to fussy cut on screen. These are going to be too fiddly to fussy cut with you watching. So now let's go on to this. This is actually the postcard I'm going to use. And I like the grunge in it. It was done on purpose. That wasn't a mistake. I wanted the grunge. Now what I want to do is I want to put some plant life into this. And I'm going to use my Green Maiden ferns. And I'm going to just have little bits. I want them reasonably dark in the background. Then when the fish are on there, I'm going to put a few different colours in front that are lighter. So I'm just going to use, what's this? This is a pale olive green. I'm just going to pump some out. Come on, out you come. Why are you not coming out? There you go. I decanted some of my tube paints into these, thinking it was going to be easy to use. It was an experiment. It's a fail. It doesn't work for me. So again, same process as before. Just brayering this out. Can you see? You can. Now this is a semi-transparent paint, if I remember correctly. So I know that I'm not going to get an absolutely perfect thing. I'm just running this over the top just to remove any excess, so I don't have blobby puckering stuff. So now I created all of these so that they would interlink with each other, and that's why the stems are the way they are. But for this exercise, I'm just doing this as is. Now the fish stamps are sat behind me, and they're actually in a bowl of water, just so that they can stay nice and fresh for me. I don't want the paint drying out. So there you go. That's given me a little bit of a fishy background. Now what I'm going to do with these, because I want to reuse them, is first of all I'm going to just stamp off the excess, and I'm going to lay them on a damp cloth. And that is purely so that the acrylic paint that's on there doesn't dry out. Now it's up to you. If I use my foam stamps for acrylic paints, if you're using them for inks, just make sure that the inks you're using them for are either permanent, or remember that they're water activated if you're not cleaning your stamps. So it's completely up to you. Right, I need to pause, I need to fussy cut, that needs to dry, and I'll be back in a few seconds. So here I am back again. I've cut out enough fish that I think I've got for this. I'm going to use this as a main fish, but I might have that. Say that's mommy and that's daddy, or that's daddy and that's daddy and that's mummy and that's my... Not out to offend anyone, you know me. So I'm going to put them on with Liquitex matte gel medium, as I normally do with things like this. So this is all nice and dry now. And I like the fact that it's in the background, this. And that was my intent. As I said, once the fish are on, then I'm going to come in and put some over the top. So first things first, I want to put the mother fish down, because basically this is all the little fishes saying goodnight to mom. That's, in my mind, that's what they're doing. It's time for bed, and she's putting all the little fishies to sleep. So I just want to add her down. Now, because the area of the tail here is quite thin, just be a little careful if you do this method. But what I would say is it'll also depend on whether you're using wet strength tissue, whether you're using regular tissue, or don't forget, guys, this could easily be done with a brayer off sheet or just copier paper. This doesn't need to be done with tissue at all. I'm just doing it because I happen to have tissue available. Now, the other thing I want to mention, which is why, let's pick you up, which is why I use this one as well, because if you see this tissue is quite transparent. So if I put it over something, it's going to come darker. If you want to keep the vibrancy of your color, before you cut them out or even before you stamp them, put a coating of white paint on the back, and then what that will do, it will make it not so you won't be able to see anything coming through from the background. Right, which little fish is going to be the special little fish? They're all equal, Griffiths, I know that, but one of these is going to have a little special kiss. I think it's going to be you there. You're going to have a little hello with mom. Miriam, I do love these fish. They're so sweet. This is my first use of them, I know, but I'm really looking forward to utilizing these a little bit more in the future as well. I believe these come as a mask as well, so if you want to create them on your gel plate, you can. I wanted to disperse because I want this to be a shoal of fish, or shoal. I think it's shoal. Shoal. Well, you see, I can't do English today, can't you? I basically want more than one fish. So, and they don't need to be perfectly spaced, and I don't mind if one overlaps the other in some way, because I'm trying to create the illusion of a bit of depth of field here. Let's put another little one. Right, if I put the purple one over this white area, you'll kind of see what I mean, because it'll stay a lot lighter because it's over white. So, sorry, I've zoomed in, hopefully it's okay. So there you go. So you can see the purple really, really vibrant, because now I think I want to put one of the little fish going off up here, because of course the fish don't all have to be fully on the page. This little one will have a small operation after the filming of this, just to snip its tail. Now, do I really want another fish? Actually, that's quite cute, isn't it? Let's put that up there. I quite like that, because it's like, get that off there. It's like the other parent is looking in, just to make sure everyone's behaving, obviously. Okay, I like that. I feel there needs to be something down here, but I'm okay where they're not being, or am I okay with something being knocked down there? I did have a little blue fish. Maybe I'll put another fish in there. So basically, the baby fishes, the baby fish are meeting the rest of the family members. There you go. And you know me, I like to tell a story if I can. That's sweet, I like that. Right, now I do have a number to go on here, which is number 19, but I'm going to put the number on last, because I want to make sure that the number isn't covered up with the stamping. So how do I want to do this now? Right, so I want to put the stamping in, which is more of these, but I want them in a lighter shade. I think I'm going to have to pause the video and just hit this with a hairdryer, just chill it back, and then we'll get on with it. So here we go, all nice and dry. I'm loving that. I love these. Now, if you do happen to snip, I've done quite well here, but if you do happen to snip, say, piece of the mouth off, or you've cut it too close, just come in with a marker and just a black marker and put it back. Like, okay, for example, there. Can you see there? I've come a bit close to the edge there. I could just come in with a black marker. Let's get a black marker. So if I just come in with a black marker, there you go. No one ever knows that I actually missed that bit. So, where am I up to now? Right, I know I want the number on here. I know I want the green on here. So I'm going to have to do the green first. So I'm pulling out my small plate again. And I've gone for something that's a little brighter than the background. Because by doing a darker colour, I've thrown those into the background. By now doing a brighter colour, I will have pulled them forward. Right, let's just pull in a couple of these. And also, I don't mind if they go over the fish. Because that would naturally happen anyway. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now I could come round and circle them in green if I wanted and all of that, but I just like that as it is. It's just the way it looks. So let's just put that to one side, that to one side, and clean up in a moment. Now there is one other thing I wanted to do, and that is I haven't got any bubbles in here. Didn't put any bubbles in on purpose. So, actually I don't need that in my way, do I? So I'm just going to use a little touch of white acrylic paint. And I'm going to smear it out with a credit card or a door key or whatever you wish to use it. Then I've got one of those little things that you get on the end of a paintbrush. I'm just going to come in. I'm going to do the odd bubble. Here and there. And I'm going to turn it around because I notice the other end of this is smaller. And I think those would make nice little baby bubbles. One of my favourite movies, and I still love the movie, is Bed Knobs and Broomsticks with Angela Lansbury. And this always reminds me, well, this reminds me of that movie where it's like bobbing along on the bottom of the beautiful briny sea. So obviously not in full vocals this morning, guys. So there you go. I'm loving that. That was exactly what I want. To put this to one side. I'll deal with all that in a moment. Let's just slide that up there so that I don't put my hand in it. Now, this could be dried, but as we're almost at the end, I'm not going to dry it just yet. Now, I did find a little couple of words which were be fearless, and I thought if I just hide that up there, I quite like the idea of having a little bit of wording on here. I was looking for words like mother's love and good night or kiss or something like that. Didn't find them. Let's just pop that up by there. And I like the fact that it's one of those things you kind of have to look for. And just press that without trying to stick my thumb in anything else. See, it's just subtle in the background. Now by here, and it was an accident, I didn't plan this, I've got the tiniest little number 19, which is the number of this postcard, is a number 19. I'm just going to sit the number 19 right in the middle of there. Little dot. Do it have to be perfectly flat and straight? No, it doesn't. It does have to stick down, however. Okay, I like that. Right, I'm going to have a bit of a tidy up, dry this off totally so I don't stick my hand in anything, and then I'll come back and we'll have a close-up look. And here we go. It's all nice and finished and dry. For those of you who are concerned, do I sign? I do sign. Even if I don't sign in the video, I've usually signed my postcards afterwards. I did put a little black box around here, just some messy lines, because I felt it needed it, but I love that. As I said, now, if you were to take this further, you could come in with metallics and paint in some of the backgrounds of the scales here or the foregrounds. If you've cut any bits and you've cut too close, as you saw, you can use a marker. I like that. I think that's cute. And I love the fact that I've been able to give it depth, not only with the texture in the background on the postcard, but by putting darker fern stamping in the background, then the fish, then the lighter in the foreground. I've given it perspective or depth of field. I'm not sure which one it is I like. Anyway, I love that. That's fabulous. Loving that. I was so excited when I saw Miriam designing those fish. Bring on the fish, Miriam. Let's see some other animals from you, because I think these are absolutely gorgeous. I'll be using them again in future. So, guess what? I'm Ceri the Crafter. That's Ceri the Crafter. Until next time, goodbye now.